I'm your brother's speech brother, relative close to you, from the same source you could depend on. Got your back, won't front. If you close, you'll be clean. Never mean to hurt you unless it's mature enough to know better. Never will betray you for the cheddar. Supporter, you could cry on his shoulder. If you're timid, he's
alright. But when you talk about getting laid off from a job, or when you're talking about husband or wives leaving you, you don't know how you're gonna get through it. God is still right there. But there's ultimately something better. There's a blessing for you that you have to go through.
When your stomach's upset and you're about to vomit, your truth protector, your nectar, your reflector, your blood type connector, the missing piece to your puzzle. When you're about to go off your muzzle, your peace, your mirror to your reality, your best friend, your visitor in prison, the one that listens, the one that stops others from dissing.
And different level of knowledge, willing to read it. So, everyone can find something with their everything.
Solutions, it dissolves confusion. Out of the overflow of the heart, it exists. It's what God chose to compose things from out of the abyss. What falls from the human lip, the essence of what makes hip-hop hip. The tool prophets used to show God's.
It was just like, oh my gosh, it was fanatic. It was crazy. It was off the hook. Matter of fact, it was off the chain. I thought I was going to need aspirins, but I tell you what, after hearing the way the sound of the
didgeridoo divides families to fight wars in the jungle. Speech, the power to have a million march in the streets of Washington D.C. truly becoming a chocolate city. All about communication. It started building a nation, a full-time occupation. In my marriage situation, your brother speech. And
it transformed from fiction into realism, even though it is a work fiction.
Come on, why won't y'all just put your hands in the air and wave them like that, y'all? Check it out now, like that. You're more than a pretty face, girl with a curvy shape. You're full of substance, you're not shallow at all. For hours we could sit and talk, yeah. Just about anything, from A to Z. It's crazy how you relate to me. Oh girl, with you I can always be myself. It's something that I've never felt. What's not to love about you? Every day I find more reasons to. 'Cause you're in a beauty that's always shining through. What's not to love about you? I love how you don't walk around with the all about me attitude.
Yes. Hey, welcome to another great show of ASA Pub News. We got some great talents today. We got a guest. Her name is Nicole Haddad, and she's with her husband, Henry Haddad. They created a book called Princess Hope. Okay, Princess Hope. It's a children's book. It is awesome. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I tell you what, just before we get into this, you know what? I tell you what, we're going to go right into our PSA and be right back with the Haddad family. How about that? We'll do that today.
Out of
that I'm throwing in the wishing well. I'm losing control, body and soul, standing here waiting for a train that may never come. I saw the signs, I read the book, I should have had a second look, but boy, you caught me dreaming. And there were times you'd come around and we'd agree just to be friends. Tell me who was fooling. Ooh, deep waters I'm drowning in. Deep waters, slowly drowning in. Deeper, deep waters I'm drowning in. Deep waters, slowly drowning in. Deeper. What do I say?
Yes, 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 yes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, like I said, you know, this, I'm not even trying to delay the moment. I mean, they're gifted. They're wonderful people, wonderful. And I'd like to introduce you to Nicole Haddad. Yes, Nicole Haddad. Yes, yes. Thank you. And Henry Haddad. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. And the book you have, you know,
Yes.
you can hold it. Here you go.
Thank you, Princess Hope.
Princess Hope. Princess Hope, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Princess Hope. So, you know what? Tell us a little bit about the book. As a matter of fact.
I'm very excited, Stephen, to be here, number one. Thank you so much for having us. Princess Hope is really about a story, the Angel of Hope. And the Angel of Hope looks down upon the land of Flora, who's in trouble. An evil duke has overthrown the land and put the king and queen into their own dungeon, along with the adults. And the Angel of Hope looks down and wants to do something about it. So she comes down in the form of a princess. So the
Okay, wait a
children-
minute. Let's back it up.
Okay.
Now, I want you to see how interesting this is. So it was, okay, now you're saying that, because I know you just mentioned in the dungeon with the adults.
Yes.
Okay, now who's with the adults?
The king and queen of the land.
The king and queen of the land,
Yes.
and the adults.
And the adults have all been thrown into their dungeon.
So that means it's left up to the children then.
It's up to the children to do all the work, to cook, to clean, to till the land. They're made to work.
Interesting.
Yes. So the
Interesting.
Angel of Hope looks down and she sees the cries of the children along with the adults, and she wants to do something about it. So she decides to go down to earth, and she takes on the form of a princess so that they'll all receive her. And so that's where we have Princess Hope. That's where the story starts. And it's her quest to help the people of the land of Flora.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, awesome. You know what, have some other questions, so I'm just gonna lay it on you here. Okay, one of the things is that I'm curious is the title itself.
Yes.
How did you come up with the title?
Well, you know, I wrote this 11 years ago, and children are near and dear to my heart. And I remember looking at the news and seeing how children just really needed that voice of hope. They needed something to help them. And I thought, you know what, children need hope now. And I thought all children love fairy tales. So that's how I kind of start putting the story together. It had to be a fairy tale, something that they could really imagine and see themselves. So I thought they need hope. Well, someone has to be that representation of hope. So I thought, well, the angel. There are angels all around us. Many of us believe that. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's make an angel of hope. So that's where it started, the Angel of Hope, and then her coming down, taking on the form of a princess. I thought Princess Hope would suit the story better because she, for the most part, takes on the form of the princess in the story.
Okay, Princess Hope.
Yes.
Okay, now, okay, let me get this right. Okay, who is actually Princess Hope?
The angel.
The angel
of
who
Hope.
came to,
Yes, the Angel of Hope comes down and she takes on the
Very
form
good.
of a princess.
Very
so
good.
we have Princess Hope there to bring hope and to help the children.
Wow.
And that's what I wanted. I wanted children to have something they could see as inspiration, to give them hope, and no matter what they were going through, they would have hope. And now they have a person now in the way of Princess Hope.
Wow. Wow, you know that's, yes, that's wow. You know, it's funny that your book actually, it's a positivity book. It's actually, you know, it's family oriented.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's family oriented. And you didn't just allow it to certain animation, certain children's books will allow the adult characteristics to take over above the children, even though it's a children's book.
Right.
But in Princess Hope, it allowed the children to act upon their characteristics.
Right.
And how to help, you know, although they're going through a lot of things, it's how to help, you know, to be able to bring peace back into the land.
Exactly.
If I can say that, bring peace back into the land.
Yes, and I think you hit the nail on the head, because when you said it's the children who are going through a lot of things. Because when my wife first told me about her idea and what she had written, I thought it was a very good book. But as the economy started to change in that, and also we're involved in our church, and we started seeing a lot of children having to take on the roles and responsibilities of adults. And that's how I saw that as we were reading the book, the manuscript before it came out, I saw that the children, they were imposed and subjected to things that children shouldn't be. They had to do adult natures. You know, whether some children are watching their brothers and sisters, taking care of the house, even going out and working to bring in extra income into the house. These are all things that we wouldn't think children would have to do, but the way our economy and our situation in the world happened, they had to take on that role, and it was a burden onto them. And so there was a big analogy as how the children in the kingdom of Flora were made to do because their parents were imprisoned or incarcerated or even bound, subjected to. A lot of parents, you know, having lost their jobs and whatnot, found themselves in situations where there's just a lot of pressure, and it affected the entire family. So I saw a big parallel as my wife was telling me that, and that's why we thought it was time that the book came out when it did.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Very good. You know, I want to say, metaphorically speaking, the analogy of it is astounding because actually it does relate in parallel to what's actually happening today. What's happening today, you know. The parents are incarcerated or something is wrong, you know, that no job, problems. But actually the burden actually came upon the children. And the children had to take that mantle.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Take that mantle.
That's right. That's right. I mean, and that's something that we can all relate to. Is you know, I mean, here we are since the what 1980, and here we are 2013, and we see that even within the children's book of Princess Hope, that we do see that that the princess actually is supposed to bring hope. You know, to a dying nation, dying land, you know. And when I say that, it's because they're talking about all children in general. You know, there's no leaving somebody out, but it doesn't matter what ethnic, you know, what, you know, background. It doesn't matter rich or poor. Somehow there's a failure in it, and somehow there's a captivity taken, but the captivity it's actually on both, reason being because the captivity is the adults. While if they're in captivity, then the children at their age is automatically in captivity.
Exactly.
Okay, that mantle, they're forced into it.